everyone, this is Carly from Silver Moon Crochet, and today I am going to do a tutorial on how to make the Silver Moon Mandala Cardigan. Now this is one of my own patterns. This is actually the first pattern I've ever written. What you need for supplies is you're going to need your favorite 3-weight. You can use 4-weight if you like, so that'd be like the worsted, like the red heart or anything with the 4 on the label. I prefer to use 3-weight, which would be like for baby yarns, but also the mandala yarn, the Lion Brand mandala. The colorway I'm using for this tutorial, it's Gnome. I particularly like the Lion Brand colors just because the variegation as it uses, it's nice long stripes of color, and I'm one of those crocheters where I don't really like too many ends that I have to sew in. If I can have a variegated yarn that looks beautiful without having to put too much effort in it, that's the way I like to do it. So you need a 3-weight, you need a J-hook. This one in particular I got from Hobby Lobby. I like the ergonomic grip, just because it makes it easier for me to crochet longer. And you also will need, oh, I forgot to add, the amount of yardage you're going to need is you're going to need about 1.5 of the mandala, or about 4 skeins of your 4-weight, your typical 4 skeins of your 4-weight. I don't recall the exact yardage on the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and put that in the description. Alright, so we're going to start with a magic circle. However you prefer to do your magic circle is up to you. I kind of have a hard time with it, so if you have a hard time with it too, you can also do a chain 4 and slip stitch to form a ring, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to do magic circle. So and then I do a chain at the top to just kind of lock it in. What I'm doing off screen is I'm looking at my phone. It has my pattern on it. Okay, so then we did the chain 1, and then we are going to make 10 half double crochets. So yarn over, go into the loop, pull over, so you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Oh no, you gotta pull through all 3 loops. My apologies, half double. So first half, so that's 1, yarn over, go through the ring, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Let's see if I can get this just a smidge closer. Okay. So that's 2. Yarn over, go through the loop, through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the next, all 3 loops. That's 3. Yarn over, go through the hoop, yarn over, 3 loops, yarn over, pull all 3 hoops. So that's 4. Then this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So then you want to go through and you want to double check to make sure that you do have 10. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now that we have all 10, hold tight, what I do is I hold on to my little tail here. We're supposed to slip stitch into the first half double crochet. Now, for this, the stitch that you're looking for is actually behind. It can be kind of hard to see if you need to. Just kind of scoot your stitches back. It's right here. So you go through there, and then I have the tail from the magic circle that you just pull through. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to weave in this end as we go. It should stay in place. If you find later that it's coming loose, then just sew it in, like make a knot and just sew it in like you would do with any other ones. Okay, so now we are on the round 2. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This counts as a double crochet, chain 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to crochet into that same stitch that we slip stitched into. So yarn over, go through, pull up, got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 more loops, and that's your double. Now what we're going to do is in each stitch is we're going to do what's technically a V-stitch. V-stitch is my favorite stitch. If you ever have bought any of my patterns, you'll notice that there are a lot of them in there. I just like the way that they make things kind of light and airy without having to be overly complicated or make a whole lot of mesh. So then we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, then we're going to make a double, another double. So yarn over through the same stitch as before, pull up, yarn over, go through 2 loops, and yarn over, go through 2 loops. So right now you have 2 V's. Yarn over, go into the stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Chain 1, yarn over, go through the loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 3 V's. So we're going to continue along the round. We're going to keep doing the V's, and I'm going to go ahead and crochet along with you. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch. That's oops, that's 4. 4 please. Okay, double crochet through the stitch, chain 1, double crochet, stitch, it's another V, double crochet, 1, double crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, crochet, chain 1, double crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So by now, you should have 10 V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'll have 20 crochets and 10 chain spaces. And then in the third chain space from that starting chain, 1, 2, 3, we're going to stick our hook in there. And we're going to slip stitch to complete the row. And as you can see, we've switched colors partway through the row. Part of the reason why I like the mandala yarn. Alright, to begin row 3, we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this chain counts as a double crochet, which as we go through you'll see why. So then we need to, in this first chain space, we need to make a V-stitch. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops. Chain 1, yarn over, go through the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's our V. Then what we need to do is we need to put a double crochet in this spot right here. Now I know it's probably hard to see, but it's this little spot right there. So you yarn over, and it kind of looks like it's disconnected from the stitch, but it's connected. It's the loop from this one right here. You go through, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now you have a section that you're going to repeat. So this is technically the first repeat, but we're going to do it again. So yarn over, go to your double crochet, go through 1, got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to go into the chain space like we did before. So yarn over, go through the loop, pull through 1, got 3 loops on the move, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1, yarn over, pull through 1, so you've got 3 loops on the hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then we're going to do in that hidden kind of spot again. So yarn over, go in the loop, pull up a loop, got 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is the repeat. And we'll do it again. So I'm going to yarn over and do a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3 there. Yarn over, double crochet. Oops. Chain 1, double crochet, yarn over, and then double crochet and then hidden stitch again. So continue this repeat for the rest of the round. I'm going to go ahead and do it with you. So double crochet, V stitch, chain 1, crochet, and double crochet in that hidden little loop there. Sorry, I gotta bring it down to a more comfortable level. Now these first few rows, oh, see, look, I missed that stitch right there. Now these first few rows are setting up to, they're kind of building up the center of your mandala. So it looks kind of circular, and then it kind of has some webbing in it. But it's one of those things I really love the way it turned out. As funny as that may seem. Because why design if you don't like the way that you think it'll turn out? Okay, so we did our last V-stitch. We're looking at the hidden loop. So yarn over and do your double crochet there. And then we're looking, because we said earlier that this was a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to slip stitch in that third spot right there. Okay. And that is how round 3 looks. Now I know that it kind of blends over here, but when it's all done, it's going to look fantastic. Okay, now we're get ready to begin round 4. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. You're going to do a double crochet in this first stitch of your V for the previous row. Then you're going to V-stitch in your V, because I love V-stitches and you're going to spend a lot of time making them. There are a lot of them in this pattern. And then you double crochet right there in that secret loop. And then you do one more double crochet. And this is basically going to be a repeat, since this chain 3 stands for double crochet. So it's going to be 2 double crochets, a V-stitch, and then 2 more double crochets. So when you come to the long sections between your V's, there's going to be 4 double crochets between them. And it's one of those things, it doesn't look like it's really building up to much, but these V-stitches they'll make sense once we get a little further along in the pattern. So we're going to do another repeat. So double crochet, double crochet, V-stitch in the V, which is a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet. You're going to double crochet in that funny little hidden loop there, and then double crochet. And this is what it looks like after 2 repeats. Now this whole entire time, just so you notice, I'm crocheting very loosely. I know there's some people who, when I first had this pattern out, they tested it for me, and one of my friends, Laura, she runs Crafty Hands Holly Crochet. She has beautiful pieces. She says she always has to make 2. The first one always ends up very, very small, and the second one always ends up for her size. Okay, now we're going to do a repeat again. So double crochet, double crochet, V-stitch in the V, which is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then a double crochet in that little loop there, and there's 3 repeats. Now I'm going to flatten this out for a second. I know that it's going to curl on you a little bit, especially if you're a tight crocheter, but it's one of those things that it will flatten out, especially after you wash it the first time. So after that, it'll all be okay. I'll go back to that crochet. So go ahead and do the rest, and I'll meet up with you once I finish the rest. Alright, now we're on the last repeat. So we're going to double crochet, because it's 2 double crochets, then a V-stitch in the V, which is a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet, then double crochet in that hidden spot right there, and then your last double crochet. And then finish the row. Just gonna find that 3rd chain space. So 1, 2, 3. Slip in right there. And then slip stitch. Alright, now that you have 4 rounds completed, see how it's kinda, wrinkly or ruffly? That'll straighten itself right out. Especially once the piece gets heavier. It's just in the first few rows, it doesn't really look like it looks like it'll ruffle up, but it won't, I promise. I've made these 1.5 million times, it feels like. Alright, now for round 5, we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. We're going to skip a stitch. We're going to double crochet in the next stitch. Oh, if I can get through. We're going to make a V-stitch in the V, so double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We're going to double crochet in that hidden stitch there. And, apologies, we are going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and double crochet. So this is what the repeat's going to kind of look like. You'll see it a little bit better once we do the second one, especially on the longer sides. So it's going to be a double crochet, a chain 1, a double crochet, a V-stitch in your previous V-stitch, a double crochet in that hidden one right there, a chain space where you skip a stitch, and then a double crochet. So let's do the repeat. So double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, then a V-stitch, which is a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet. We're going to double crochet in that hidden stitch, chain 1, and skip a stitch, and then a double crochet. So this is what it looks like after 2. So what happens here is because I use the V-stitches as your quote-unquote corners, so between your V-stitches, what you have is you have a double crochet, a chain space, 2 double crochets, a chain space, and a double crochet. And this is going to kind of help create the anchors for the next part. Like I told you before, the spaces in the V-stitches, they're going to make perfect sense. Just got to hang in with me. Alright, so we'll do the repeat again. So double crochet, chain space, skip a stitch, double crochet, gonna do the V stitch, so double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, gonna double crochet in the next one, then chain 1, skip a stitch, and double crochet. So there we are after 3 repeats. Go ahead and continue the repeat along the rest of this row, and I will meet you up when I'm finished. Alright, we're about ready to do the last repeat. So I'm going to do double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet. We're going to do a V stitch in the V, which is a double crochet, a chain 1 and a double crochet. Then a double crochet in a hidden stitch right there. A chain 1, skip a stitch, and then a double crochet. So, and then we're back at the beginning. So you have the third chain, so 1, 2, 3, and you'll have another chain right there. Then you're going to slip stitch. Oh. Let's try that again. And then you're going to slip stitch together. And that is round 5. Now, I just realized I have not told you any of the stitch counts. For this, you will have, goodness, my mind's went blank. I wrote down, on the pattern it says 90, but that's also counting chain spaces. So, if we count the chain spaces, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There should be, I think I didn't put that, so 30. So take away the 30 chain spaces and you have 60 double crochets. And again, you see how it's kind of roughly up. It'll flatten out, I promise. Because once you have it as a garment, it'll pull it kind of straight. So it'll leave it to where it'll lay